Welcome back, everyone, to
Welcome.
our $2. Take it or leave it. I'm Jenny,
I'm Carly.
and today we are bringing you Mother's Day,
Yes.
um, kind of what we did this weekend, maybe some controversial topics we just talked about.
Okay.
Hopefully, don't get us canceled.
Please don't cancel me. I don't really care if you cancel Jenny. I'll just get on here and spout every lunch period by myself.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool.
That'd be kind of boring.
All right. Well, you can find us at YouTube.
TikTok,
I
Facebook,
Yep. Uh,
Instagram,
There's the
Apple Podcasts,
Apple Podcast and
Spotify.
iHeartRadio. I
Oh,
did fit us on that. So yeah, so there's
look at
plenty of places you can find us. So look us up, like, share, follow, so we can keep, creating this wonderful content for
yeah.
you.
Because what would you do without us?
Exactly. All right. Well, should we start off with our Mother's Day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, we always plant my mother-in-law's garden on Mother's Day.
Okay.
I'm not a gardener. It's not usually my favorite activity. Everyone knows it. I jokingly, like, make complaints about it, but I do it.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not, like, mean. But we were supposed to do it Sunday, we ended up doing it Saturday, which the weather was really nice, but we were there from, like, 9 to 2,
Okay.
2:30, and then after that, I had to help my kid finish her World Fair project on Greece.
Okay.
She spray painted Medusa's head and all that,
Yeah.
and then we Sunday did stuff in my yard, which was nice,
Okay.
and it's for your own yard.
Right.
We got a new swing that we put together, like a
Okay.
covered, bench swing, and then we put some mulch down out front. We did my hosta bed.
Nice.
Yeah, it was just little Miss
Yeah.
gardening
Did
fool
you get
all
your
week.
flower put up?
My flower, I tried to give away my
Ah,
Mother's Day flower, and I couldn't, it did not happen, it came back to me. My mom just messaged me that she watered it, like,
ah,
earlier today. I was like, "Oh, thanks."
yeah.
She's probably like, "This thing hasn't got watered all weekend."
Yeah, I've been on kind of the gardening side of social media, and
Mhm.
the hanging baskets require so much food and water, which is why I feel like sometimes mine dies out sooner than
Yeah.
I think. But because I see someone cutting off all the flowers, and I'm like, "Why are you cutting off all the
Oh.
flowers?" But it's because, like, when there's so many flowers on there, it takes so much food and everything to
Oh,
feed them, so they cut them off at the garden place for you to do it. So,
I've never heard of that. I will say my sister was showing us a picture on Mother's Day of the hanging basket she got from her son, and it was in, like, a cone-shaped basket, and it had some wires around it. It sort of looked like a beehive. My mom was like, "Oh, yeah, you just have to be careful about those ones because, bees will, like, put a hive in there." And I was like, "Oh, what? Let me look at that again. I didn't know that." And then I looked at my mom and I was like, "You're full of shit. You're lying."
Ah,
And she's like, "Well," I'm like, "You were not gonna," she said, "Oh, I was gonna tell you." You were not. This is the problem with my mom. I trust her implicitly, and I shouldn't
yeah.
because she tells me lies all the time like that. And then I go and spout it to somebody else like I know what I'm talking about, and it's just completely false.
Man, get it together, mom.
Come on, mom.
You're creating problems for
You're making me look
Carly.
dumb. I already don't know enough about gardening stuff, and then you're adding more dumbness to my brain.
Well, that's fun. So, what'd you get for Mother's Day? Anything?
I got the new Casey Musgraves on vinyl.
Okay.
I got a Lego set. I
Nice.
got a Project Hail Mary t-shirt that I
Okay.
wanted. Caroline made me a card. I got a bunch of coffee. There's this one kind of K-cups that I love that are Starbucks, and they only are out like in the winterish
Okay.
sort of winter, spring, I guess.
Mhm.
Um, and it's like brown sugar cinnamon
Oh,
K-cups.
yum.
And Chris ordered like 3 huge Sam's Club size boxes for me. He's like, "This isn't really Mother's Day, but they
Yeah.
came in yesterday, so I'm giving it to you." So I
Nice.
feel like there's something else. Can't think of it right now though.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well,
What
speaking
you?
of coffee though,
Yeah.
and brown sugar, I had the salted brown sugar shaken espresso cold at that place in Keosauqua I sent
Oh,
you. Was over there, Copper Line, check it out. It was probably the best one I've ever had.
really?
And I don't know if
I
it's the salt but the coffee was good, and I mean, yeah, it was pretty darn good.
Oh, I'm jealous because Keosauqua is, like, a little bit more than I usually wanna drive,
Right, right.
and they have that glass blowing place there. I need to just do it one day. It's
Yeah,
not that far,
yeah.
right?
Do it
But
when they have,
I don't
like,
know.
the fall drive, the scenic drive or
Oh,
something.
yeah,
They
that's a good
have
idea.
different, like, vendors set up and stuff, so that would be I think that's in, I don't know, October or
Give
something,
me a
so
heads up.
okay. Well, I feel like every weekend I always say my weekend was just low key because
Yeah.
I'm pretty much an empty nester. My husband's been busy in the fields farming. So Saturday night he was gonna take me out to supper or whatever, and he says, "You can pick the place. It just has to have a good piece of meat there."
Okay.
I was craving Chinese. I wanted Chinese so bad.
That's, like, the worst place to go for a piece of meat.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So he was like, he vetoed that. And
Yeah.
I was like, well, then I said, this other place that has chicken or whatever, which they don't have steak there. And I know this. And I kind of said it because I knew that they didn't.
Right. You're
And
being
he's like,
complicated.
they don't have good steak there. And I was like, so how is this for me
Right.
then?
Yeah.
I'm like, this is for Bill. So, anyways, we went to another place. Wasn't for me. I'm taking that one. And didn't get Chinese, and
I'm
so I
sorry.
went on Mother's Day and bought it myself for
Good for
supper.
you.
Um, Cameron worked this weekend, but he did bring me home some iced coffee and a breakfast biscuit. And I got a message Saturday that said "Happy Mother's Day" from Kelsey, and I was like, "Well, thanks. I think it's tomorrow, but
Yeah.
I appreciate you being
Just
on
wanna be
it."
the first one in, yeah.
Yeah. So, and she worked all day. So, yeah, I was kind of by myself, which is fine. Like, I enjoyed my time. I did get a little bored and tried to track down Bill and the tractor, but yeah, it was just holidays in general are changing now as my kids are getting
Oh, I'm
older, and
sorry.
but it's okay.
I have
So,
seen farm implementation out on the roads this last couple days.
yeah.
The
Well,
big I don't know what it is with the big wheels where if you weren't paying attention, you could drive under it potentially, that's what
oh,
I
like
saw.
the sprayers.
Is that what it is? I don't
Yeah.
know. Anyway, those are out, so watch where you're driving.
Yeah,
Look out for
definitely
those
look
farmers.
out for the farmers. Mine is actually, I think, I think got all the crops in now. He just is going to be
Completely
on
planted?
hay and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. So, which I mean, we don't have like thousands and thousands of
Yeah.
acres as other people do, but yeah. So that was my weekend, and um, this weekend we got graduation for my niece coming up, and you had a wedding you're
Wedding to
going
go
to.
to,
So
skipping work on Friday, skipping school. Caroline's
yeah,
skipping school.
that's exciting. When's she done with school?
Next Friday.
Next Friday. Okay.
Very close.
Close to
So close.
Memorial Weekend, so,
Yeah.
yeah, that's nice because I got some time off then too, so anyways, alright, well, should we do you got anything crazy to talk about, or are we gonna jump into my controversial
You think I have something crazy?
No, do you?
Oh, no, I thought you were
Oh, okay.
giving me a lead in, and I was like, I don't think I do
Yeah,
have anything
no.
crazy right now,
So, well, first off,
which is nice.
breaking news today, did you see this?
Oh
Alex
gosh.
Murdaugh.
No, I've been at work, Jenny, so no.
Well, it pops up on the corner of my
Well,
computer.
I am in patient charge.
Anyways, Alex Murdaugh, who was convicted of killing his son and wife, got his thing got overturned, so it gets a new trial.
Why?
I guess like something with like tampering, and some court clerk wrote a book on this, and like
Oh,
she was the problem, and so
oh my gosh.
yeah, so he's gonna get a new trial and gonna have to go through that. I mean, come on, we all know it, and like there's Snapchat video of him there.
Oh, I don't even remember this story. I don't follow the murder stuff.
Okay, well, anyways,
What is he? Is this the dentist or
no,
something?
he was the lawyer, remember,
Okay.
like, don't trust no backwoods Southern lawyer.
Oh, no, I don't
Like,
know. I don't know that.
okay,
Is
well,
that a TikTok thing?
that's a Reba McEntire song.
Oh. Sorry,
But
Reba.
that was like
Sorry, Reba, you're a
that
legend.
that
I don't
was
listen to a lot of Reba, but yeah, respect still.
yeah, what people, like, were singing, like, during that time because he's
Gotcha.
from South Carolina,
Okay.
and yeah.
Okay.
It was kinda big thing, you should watch it but you're
Yeah,
not
I'm
into
good. I'm
that,
not gonna
so
watch it. I don't like the murder stuff.
yeah. Okay, well, controversial here.
Yes.
Alright, did you see this all this weekend, or
I saw that it happened and I saw one post of backlash. That's it.
okay. Well, I don't know. I feel like I've seen a ton of backlash on this, but so Saturday, Morgan Wallen was in Indianapolis. He always has like some, usually athlete, some celebrity walk out with them in their entrance.
Where was he? Yeah, okay,
Indianapolis.
that makes sense.
So Saturday, the Fever like played and lost.
Mhm.
Saturday night, Caitlin Clark's walking out with him or whatever. I thought it was a vibe. I thought it was cool. He was bowing down to her or whatever. I mean, she also broke a record that week, that
Mhm.
Saturday, and is like the highest, I think, was it record or I can't remember. It was 1,000 points or something like that. I don't remember.
Cool story, though.
Passes. Yeah. Anyways, so that was all cool. And then all of a sudden, here comes all the Caitlin Clark haters. And it's just like that girl can't do anything without people jumping in. And instantly, if I read like comments, it was like, Angel would never do this. Paige would never do this, which is Angel Reese, Paige Becker. So they're
Okay.
both NBA player or WNBA players. And it's like they want to pit them against it, you know?
Right.
And it's just and then, they're like, "Oh, she might as well just wear the MAGA hat and wear the red and this and that." And she's, never spoke out on her racist fan clubs and stuff. And I, for one, think that regardless of what Caitlyn said, if she came out and made a whole complete statement on this, her words would still get twisted and
Yeah.
she would still receive the
I do feel
hate.
like it's a try to let it blow over situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, the whole pitting them against each other, I mean, you know, Caitlin's spicy on the court, and I think she, asks for some of the player,
Drama.
yeah,
Yeah.
but that's also kind of what it is in sports. You see men do that in the
Sure.
WNBA, and it's not a big
Sure.
deal. And I think that with the whole Angel Reese thing, I mean, Caitlin Clark does have some pretty loyal fan base.
Mhm.
And all of that started with Angel of how she reacted and kind of treated her in the NCAA tournament
Right.
that year.
Prior
And then it
to
all
yeah.
just kind of
Mhm.
went over on that. So people don't like Angel because of that.
Right.
Now, were there things said towards Angel that could be deemed racist? Probably, because there's shitty people out there like that.
Yeah.
But again, that's not
She's not
Caitlin's.
the one saying it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you're
And, they're like, oh, she didn't denounce, she didn't. Again, regardless of what she says in that matter, she's going to get dogged for it.
Yeah.
And I think she is just kind of I want to play the game, kind of want to do my thing, and so on. I also think that bringing the whole like Morgan Wallen racial slur that he said back in the day back out and making that a thing when it's never been a thing with any other athlete that he's walked with
That's true.
or celebrity.
You're coming after her specifically
Right.
when you haven't come after everybody else.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Is also a thing. And I also think to his whatever, I can't think of the word I'm trying to think of, but to his character or whatever on this, he suffered quite a hit when this happened.
As he should.
And I think that there's two ways to not that the word he used is ever right to use, but I think that there's a level of forgiveness that can be done for what he did and made it to try and make it right versus if you looked somebody in the eye and derogatorily said that word to him.
Mhm.
So I think, he's been pretty open, I think, about his kinda alcohol, drug use in the past, was young. We all know guys just don't grow up fast. And I think he's really made strides to better himself. And I think acknowledged, especially in that Michael Strahan interview, like, me and my friends are dumb and we say dumb, like, that's not, we don't mean that. We've just said dumb words and it's not right. And I apologize. And at some point, people have to be able, in an instance, particularly like that, to find themselves back into But you can't just hold that over somebody for the rest of their life. If they're
If
trying.
they're making strides, like, they apologized, they said,
Right.
like, "Yeah, this was inappropriate," and I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Versus like, okay, well, he said that he's clearly just a racist, this and that. I mean, he's walked out with multiple black athletes, celebrities, but there's things that we all do that probably is somewhat racist in a way that we don't acknowledge. And when you acknowledge it, then I feel like that's giving yourself the ability to grow in that.
Yes, like, you're
And
like, "Oh, I didn't like, this is something." I still will occasionally have, like, I don't know, a phrase or something that all of a sudden I'll say it that's something like we said all my childhood or whatever,
right.
and I'll be like, "Wait a second, where did that phrase come from?" And, like, am I being racist right now by accident? Like, I didn't like,
Yeah.
I've never really given thought to the phrase or what have you.
Yeah.
So I do feel like that
Yeah.
happens sometimes. See, here is a story of this vein, if you're finished. Are you finished with this?
Yeah.
Or you still got more?
No.
Okay. When I was in the 6th grade, I'm so glad that we're talking about this. We had a book called Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry. Did we talk about this yet?
Mm-mm.
It is about, like, I don't actually know what it's about because I didn't read it. Because in, like, the very first chapter, they use the N word, not in the bad way, right?
Okay.
They use the N word, and I got so upset reading it in 6th grade. I put it down and threw a fit and said, "I'm not reading this. It's racist. I'm not reading it." Really, if you read the book, it is about, like, racism, and it's supposed to be a good life lesson.
Yeah.
But I didn't get past chapter 1 because
Mhm.
I saw the N word there in print with the R and everything, and I was like, "No,
Yeah.
we're not reading this."
Yeah.
My parents backed me up, which kudos to you parents,
Yeah.
okay? I think it really pissed off my teacher, Mrs. Benedict. I had to go do independent reading when the rest of the class, read. I read this book, I think it was called The One-Eyed Cat. I'm not even lying. I should look it up and see. I don't remember it being particularly good. It was
Yeah.
probably one that she was like, "Ha ha, good luck. This sucky book."
Right.
So, anyway, I didn't have to read it. Flash forward to my daughter's in 6th grade, and the other day she comes home with reading homework. She is halfway through Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry. Still reading this book. Apparently, it was only written in 1991.
Okay.
And so she's telling me about it. Still not super sure about this book. I have obviously not read the whole thing, but she's talking about how these kids, like, beat these other kids up multiple times. And I don't know. It sounds a
I
little
can't believe that's not
rough.
on the book ban.
Yeah. It
Wait,
sounds a
does
little rough.
Illinois might not have a book
Yeah,
ban?
Illinois is
Iowa
a little
does.
better than Iowa.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was like, here is like, I don't know if karma is the right word, but I'm like, oh, this is hilarious that my daughter's been reading this book I was like so against at her
Yeah.
age. She's been reading it in class for like a month, and I had no clue that's what the book was that they were reading. Even though I do ask her about class, please don't act like I'm like an absent parent. But you can only get so much out of a 12-year-old
Yeah.
after a long day of school.
Yeah.
So yeah, yes, and I don't think the book actually is
Well, I think
racist.
that's historical. Like
Yes, I think it was
it's
just being historically accurate, and Caroline says she thinks it only was ever in that book one time.
yeah.
It just
And
happened to be right at the beginning and caught me off guard,
yeah.
and I wasn't having it.
And I do think that that needs to be still taught
Absolutely,
and learned because that's how
absolutely.
you learn that it's wrong.
Yeah, I'm not trying to
And
be like, oh, let's whitewash history and pretend like we were never a
right.
problem.
Yeah.
I
And
don't think so.
so, I mean, I think kids learning about that in that way is productive
Yes,
in being like, this is wrong to say it.
agreed.
So, anyways, that's just kind of my take on that. So back off, Caitlin. Okay, just let her play
You just
basketball.
love Caitlin because she's a hot.
I think that she is just a phenomenal athlete and has
Yeah.
done so much for the WNBA and just gets just gets
Just
weight
gets
has the weight of everything on her shoulder, and it's always kind of been
gets
like
the
that.
brunt of everything. Is that what you're gonna say?
Yeah, and
Okay.
carries a lot. And I think honestly, I think also some of the reason that she doesn't address things besides what would it do? It's gonna come
Sure.
back. I think she also tries to just not acknowledge and pay attention to a lot of the things out there. Because again, that how would that not get in your head all
Oh,
the
yeah,
time
like
and
reading
affect
comments
you?
and stuff online, I would just not even want
Yeah.
comment something nice.
Yeah,
Hey, on
exactly.
our
That's like
comment something nice on our video. This is gonna be the only video that has comments, and they're all gonna be calling Jenny a racist.
I promise you, I
Please don't.
am
She's not.
pretty, I would say pretty liberal,
Yeah.
and I, have, you know, I don't feel that way. I just feel like there's there's just some
There can be things that you
lines
don't
there
there can be
that
things
I
you don't
just,
understand.
yeah,
Yeah.
think it's, sorry, just can't be mad about everything. Not everything. There's worse things to be mad about, like our current.
President, you can say it. I know you wanted to. You're willing to talk about all this, you can't say I think most of America agrees. Yeah. He's just falling asleep during meetings. Everyone says Sleepy Joe all the time. Like, dude,
Yeah,
this dude can't even stay awake.
yeah, delusional Don. He's got some issues. So, all right, we try to stay try to
Can you
stay
tell?
not politically, like try to do that, but sometimes it just slips out, unfortunately. So,
Yeah.
all right, well, Carly, do you have a love it or leave it this week?
I do. This is a website, love it,
Okay.
and it's called ThreadUp, which I think we've
Oh,
talked about before, and I think maybe a lot of people probably seen it or heard of it
yeah.
before. I don't know, have you ever used it?
No.
Okay. They have everything from, like, T-shirts to formal dresses,
Okay.
okay? Tons of stuff. I have gotten stuff for, like, we'll go to, like, those masquerade balls,
Mhm.
sometimes, like, fundraiser
Yeah.
events or, like, a gala, and I'll need a fancy dress. I don't wanna pay for a fancy dress, like, to wear one time. I'm not gonna pay
Yeah.
$800 and wear a dress one time
Right.
or whatever it is now for prom dress type thing.
Yeah.
So I will go on ThreadUp and search stuff, and yeah, I highly recommend it. Do I sometimes get stuff that I'm like, "This has a stain on it that was not advertised?" Yeah, and then I send it back. Not a
Okay.
big deal. Um,
And you always have to send it back or you can buy it.
no, it's online consignment. It's not like Stitch
Oh.
Fix.
Oh, gotcha.
It's
Okay.
an online consignment, so it's used clothing.
Okay.
It will give you like, you can even filter it out. It'll be like, "This is brand new with tags. This is like new. This is in good condition, shows a little wear."
Okay.
There's some called, like, flawed gem where it's like, "This is a deeply discounted, like, designer because it has a small stain," or something like that.
Mhm.
I shop on there a lot. It's really nice when you're looking for something like a specific color,
Okay.
you know? But I like reusing especially expensive
Yeah.
dress type things. I think it's important to not just
Well, I would suggest
wear
maybe
it and
going on to
trash it.
Kardashian Closet.
What the hell is that?
That's their resale of their clothes.
Of the Kardashians' clothes? You think I'm gonna fit in the Kardashians' clothes?
We can cinch that waist up,
I'm not
okay?
cin I'm for comfort, I'm not cinching this. Gosh. No, I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
Nor do I think I would probably want most of the clothes.
Yeah. Well,
No offense, Kardashians, we just have different styles, and I'm sure you're glad you don't have my style. So, that's fine. We can be different.
yeah. All right. Well, that's cool. I'll have to check that out. I thought it was like Stitch Fix, I guess. So.
No, it's ThreadUp, but if you're gonna check it out when you are gonna buy something, you gotta tell me so I can get a referral credit for it.
Oh, okay. I'll do that.
If you know me personally and you're gonna use ThreadUp, just hit me up and I'll send you a referral link.
Okay.
Both get some money.
Nice.
Yeah,
All right.
but that's not why I'm advertising it. I just really like it.
You
We
just
use
like
it
it.
a lot. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well,
Put
the
your hand in the
Buddha,
air.
Buddha, Buddha.
We're gonna pull a topic out of our ass. Okay. Are you ready?
Have we done this one?
No, we haven't done it, but it's hard to come up with off the top of your head. What's a fun, obscure fact that you know?
Oh.
I'm just gonna do my daily trivia for today. Who has the most nominations and both the most nominations and the most wins in Oscar history? And the answer is
Walt Disney.
Walt Disney. That was my daily trivia.
And we both agree we never think of him as a real person.
Yeah, he's a company to me. Even
Yeah.
though I've been to Marceline, where
Right,
he grew
Missouri.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My
and
best friend grew up there.
oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, she went to like Mickey Mouse school or whatever it was. But that's like
We
the
went there
thing
on
there.
vacation to an Airbnb just to be like an unplugged vacation, but
Yeah.
we like went there downtown and did all the Walt Disney stuff,
Yeah.
wrote our name on the cabin wood and all that.
Okay.
It's cute. It's a cute,
Yeah.
like, one time.
Nice. Well, I'm also gonna use my trivia I gave you
Yeah,
the other
okay, yeah.
day, and it was like, what is the largest desert
In the
in the
world.
world? And it is
The Antarctic
the
desert.
Antarctic
Didn't see
Desert.
that coming, did ya?
No. So that's our kind of, yeah, obscure what fun facts? Was that what it was?
I don't remember. It's obscure fact. A fun, obscure fact.
Man, I wish I had some time to actually research something like super funny, like only like 3% of the world can like
Oh, I got another one.
okay.
I just heard this on Instagram. I follow this guy on Instagram that does all kinds of geography trivia, like who has the most whatever. What state has the most plastic surgery per capita?
Oh, Florida,
Wrong.
California.
No.
What?
I thought it was gonna be something on the, like, east side. Like, I'm like, New York, but maybe a less populated state, like
Okay.
a smaller state, like
Yeah.
okay, no, it's Utah. The
Oh,
Mormon wives started
dang.
a trend, I guess.
Yeah.
But
Hmm.
yeah, now you know.
Interesting. Yeah.
Utah, most plastic
Now
surgery
you
per capita.
know. All right. Well, it's been fun hanging with you today.
Thanks for listening.
Yes, we'll be back.
Hit that like button, subscribe.
Smash it. Follow,
Yeah.
share.
Share, yes, please share.
Yeah.
Comment if you have any topics you'd like us to discuss,
Yeah.
or you just let us know.
Just don't call me an
Comment
asshole, okay?
below. Yeah, definitely don't include me in it. I got no part of that.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Bye.